I recently got a new keyboard from Royal Clutch, and I wondered, does my equipment matter? The short answer is yes, but the real question is how much does it affect your skill, and do you have to have expensive tech and equipment to get good at Fortnite? The big misunderstanding that most players have is that expensive keyboards and mice directly make you better at Fortnite, but this is not true, and I'm going to talk about why later. The other big issue is that most people think you have to have top-of-the-line gear to be good at the game, and this lie comes directly from big content creators and pros, and for two main reasons. Number one is that most creators and pros have sponsorships, so they're going to get free stuff, they're going to hype it up and make it act like it's the biggest thing in the world, and then the companies are going to pay them whenever people buy it. The second reason is that you never see a pro or content creator on YouTube using a cheap keyboard from Temu. Why would they? It's their job to play Fortnite all day, so of course they're going to buy better gear to make themselves more comfortable. And for the pros, even if the difference is only 0.1% between a cheap and expensive keyboard, why would they not upgrade it? This leads to all big Fortnite players having top-of-the-line tech, and that leads us viewers to think that the one common thing between all of them and their tech is what leads to their success. Now, before you start getting mad in the comments, I'm not saying that peripherals don't matter. What I'm saying is that they don't matter nearly as much as influencers make them out to be. Here are some examples on screen of good players on bad equipment. Now, while those players are good, that doesn't mean that they're the best. At the end of the day, if you want to be the best player, and even better than them, you have to be on a good keyboard and a good mouse, and you have to have good FPS, and likely on a PC. I'm not going to talk about why FPS matters in this video, because it's kind of obvious, and there's plenty of videos out there talking about this. What I'm trying to say is that you can be good without good gear, but if you want to be the best of the best, top of the line, creme de la creme player, you need good gear to get around problems like delay and not playing good because you're uncomfortable. To show the difference between good and bad tech, I've done a few tests comparing budget and more expensive versions for mouse and keyboards. For the keyboards, I tested using the MageGi Portable 60% and the RK61 from Royal Clutch. To compare the mice, I used the Logitech G305 White and the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro. As far as the testing goes, I started with 10 minutes of 1v1s to warm up, then I had 5 tries with each keyboard to do as many triple edits in a row as possible. Now, I know this isn't super complex, but I had to pick something pretty easy, otherwise the video would take 4 hours to film. Now, to compare the mice, I used a map by Vizsla to practice my aim, and I did shotgun flicks, and I had 3 tries with each mouse, and then I put all the data from the keyboards and mice and put them into a graph. Editor clapbot here. The map isn't actually by Vizsla, I just saw it featured in one of his videos. I'll put the map code in the description. Now I'm going to show you guys some footage of me doing the testing. For those of you who don't care and just want to see the results, go ahead and skip ahead. Timestamp on Steam now. For those of you who do want to see the testing, I'm going to give you a warning. The video footage, I lost it and it got corrupted. I was able to recover most of it, but it was extremely low FPS. I put it through some motion blur and some AI FPS increasing to make it look somewhat okay, but it is still horrible. So I apologize in advance for that. Okay, now on to the footage. Alexa, stop. Alright, I won't make this long. If you guys are enjoying this video, please consider subscribing or using code clapbxt in the Fortnite item shop. Alright, back to the video. Alright, now for the results. So, for the mouse, I saw a little bit of an increase by, 5 to 10 targets each time. I will say that the more expensive mouse is incredibly uncomfortable in my hand, which most likely affected it. If they were both comfortable in my hand, the results probably would have been different. What you can get out of this is that the mouse, it matters, but as long as it's not like a $20 one for office, as long as it's a gaming mouse, it should be good. As far as the keyboard goes, on the other hand, you can see for the most part, the more expensive keyboard outperformed the cheap keyboard by a lot. The only time it didn't is attempt 5, and that might have just been because I was tired because I had been doing this for like 30 minutes now of just triple edits. What we can get out of this is the keyboards are really important, and you can see it's only a $50 increase, whereas in the mice it was $110. And even still, this had way more of a output increase than the mice did. Both keyboards were relatively the same comfortability, but the Mage Gi one was a lot lower quality. The, the input delay was a little bit higher, and the key trigger length depth thingy-majiggy that keyboards always say, like, 0.1 inches or whatever, it felt a lot lower, which made the inputs come a lot faster. Alright, now I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about in this video, but what my conclusion is that equipment matters, but not as much as people say. It doesn't take you from a bronze player to an Unreal player, and it doesn't automatically make you better. You still have to practice and get better. It's not going to be instant results. It's just going to unlock the ability to get better. If you guys found this video helpful, comment down below what you want me to talk about in my next video, and a quick shout out to Bink, his channel in the description, for helping me out with this video. Alright, peace.